All right, we saw Christian McCaffrey pull off the LaDainian Tomlinson hat trick, the first guy since LT, first running back since LT to get a receiving, rushing, and passing touchdown all in the same game. Let's talk about what he did so well. I mean, he was electric in this one. It wasn't just those 3 plays. He did a lot well for the San Francisco 49ers and really has kind of elevated them to another level, I think. So let's start off with this play. It's going to be a passing play. You know, this is something that we've kind of always talked about with Christian McCaffrey. One of the many reasons why he's such a fantasy football darling is because he can catch very well out of the backfield. And not just, as a halfback, he can also line up as a receiver and catch well from there. This time, though, a more traditional running back route. Garoppolo is going to take the snap, and McCaffrey is going to get out to the, flat area here, not quite outside the numbers, but still in that kind of area. You have a player who's going to try to run over and tackle him. This is a situation where I think you feel like, okay, with all due respect to Jeff Wilson, if it's Jeff Wilson here, you're expecting this to be a tackle short of the first down marker, probably only for a couple of yards, and you will have to punt. But this is the value of a Christian McCaffrey, especially in an offense that utilizes running backs so much. Watch as you see, look at that move, and then he even makes another move to be able to pick up the first down. I think he had it after the first move, but again, tough guy to bring down, and this is just, if there's value there. Listen, it's an offense that will use checkdowns from time to time, and having a guy who can really thrive in that role and have a guy who can help you pick up some of those plays, these can be massive swings in a football game. Let's go over here. Let's talk about the passing touchdown. There's not a ton to break down here. The only thing I put on the screen is that McCaffrey is in motion running from the left side of the offense to the right. But I do love these plays. I feel like these are things that teams should do more frequently because you have McCaffrey running out and it's going to be a quick pass to him, but it's going to be a backwards pass. Garoppolo takes the snap, Garoppolo throws it, and it's backwards, but not by a ton. They definitely played it a little bit close, but they know where they are, they know where they're at on the field, so, they're able to make sure that this can work out. I would bet there is a running option here. I think that that's an option on this play that McCaffrey could decide to run if he wants to. It probably comes down to that Ram player right there. He's trying to, he sees McCaffrey has the ball, he's trying to run in and make a play, which again is understandable. With a guy like McCaffrey, he gets a lot of attention. So the Ram player moves in, that leaves Ayuk wide open. McCaffrey is able to hit him because again, I don't care who you are. If you're just a guy off the street, you can probably make that throw. It's not that difficult of a throw, but it's because of the attention McCaffrey generated there. Whereas if it's a different player, maybe you don't see that. But at the same time, you think it's a pass. You think that the play is clearly in McCaffrey's hands. I don't care how well prepared you are. Unless you've seen a team do this before, then you're not expecting this. That's just what happens. And even if you have seen a team do it before, you're probably not expecting it unless you saw them do it last week. Like, okay, maybe the team that plays the 49ers in the next couple of weeks will be prepared for something like that. But for most teams, this is just not something you're expecting. Now let's go over here. Let's talk about the running game in general. I talked about this in my video I made last week with McCaffrey, where I was actually very optimistic about that game because of how much I liked what McCaffrey brought to that offense, even though they ended up getting kind of, beaten down by the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs, though. They kind of just do that to people. And injuries to the 49ers defense. But it was this play that I didn't really think about right when the trade happened that really made me realize, this is why this is such a great fit. This is why they went out and did it. Because, a lot of people sort of think, listen, you don't need an elite running back in this offense. You can scheme guys to get to the second level pretty consistently in this offense, no matter who they are. And that's true. That's what's going to happen here. It's going to be a run to the left side of the screen. Garoppolo gives McCaffrey the ball. He does run to the left side of the screen, and he gets to that second level. But this is where the value of McCaffrey really comes in. That first part is still good. He still finds the right hole, runs through it, all that good stuff. But you can find guys for relatively cheap that can be able to do this. The reason why I kind of say the difference between a good running back and a bad running back isn't that valuable, but the difference between a good running back and a great running back is immensely valuable is because of plays like what you see McCaffrey do. Watch him turn the corner and turn what could have been maybe a 6-yard gain into a 20-yard gain. Those are the types of plays that McCaffrey can pull off, and he's getting more opportunities to do those now than ever because of the way that this offense is built and because of the way that he can be schemed to the second level, and once he's in open space, that's actually when he thrives. That's where he's at his best, is in open space. So this is the value of having an elite running back in this offense. Like, this one's going to be kind of another example. It's a first down and 10 here just outside the red zone. Garoppolo is going to take the snap. He is going to hand the ball off to McCaffrey, who once again gets to that second level. And listen, this isn't going to be the biggest highlight reel level play you'll ever see, but it's still a good play. Watch him juke out that safety, and he is able to pick up the first down before Ramsey comes over and tackles him. If Ramsey didn't get back there, maybe that's a touchdown. I mean, McCaffrey was in a pretty good spot, but again, he can make safeties miss relatively consistently, and you just have to feel like this is going to turn into, there's going to be some 50-plus yard touchdown that he's going to pull off at some point just because of how good he is and the scheme that he is in. Finally, one last play. Let's talk about this one. Another, receiving play. Because again, he did it all. The passing was kind of, okay, that's just sort of a fun play. But the receiving and the rushing stuff was both very good. This is a 3rd down and 2. And again, they're not getting too crazy with him as a receiver. They're not having him line up as just like a slot receiver, as we've seen him do, or even an outside receiver he would occasionally do in Carolina. No, we're not seeing any of that. Instead, we are seeing him just run a check down route. If everything is covered down the field, maybe you look in his direction. That's what he's doing here. Garoppolo takes the snap, and again, you see pausing a little bit later on. Again, kind of just staying out there. If you make this throw, not a great chance of it working out, right? It seems like a Ram player absolutely could run up and make a tackle, and McCaffrey knows that, so he's going to actually do something very clever here. Watch McCaffrey, once he realizes Garoppolo sees him, run deep, and that results in a touchdown. I mean, that was completely just a sort of a broken play scramble drill type situation, but good job by Garoppolo and by McCaffrey for noticing that and noticing the situation and saying, hey, where I'm at right now, maybe I could get a first down, but if I move up, I can get a touchdown almost definitely. Really good stuff, good catch from him as well, and good awareness from Garoppolo. So both of those two things working together, that's what McCaffrey's bringing to the table. So listen, this is why you go out and you make the trade for Christian McCaffrey. I know a lot of people are going to bring up sort of the how much do running backs matter, which is always a fair thing to bring up. It is. But the way I see it, this is a team that is in a Super Bowl window right now, the 49ers are, and you don't have draft capital in the future anyway. Might as well use that draft capital to help you try to win a Super Bowl this season and even next season. You still have McCaffrey. Now, you could get out of that. You have no dead cap if you decide to get rid of him, which is also part of what makes this trade work. But you still have him at a $12 million cap hit for each of the next 3 seasons after this. So basically, you can keep him until he stops playing well, and then you can get rid of him. So, really, you're doing it for this year, and really, it's working for this year, especially in a weak NFC. It's not crazy to think that this 49ers team could be the one who, gets through and ends up, winning the Super Bowl, quite frankly. That's totally within the realm of possibilities, and McCaffrey definitely has a big impact in that. At least that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.